17 years. That's how long I believed in us, in our marriage, in her, in forever. Until one random message showed me that forever had already ended. My name's Eric. I'm 41. I met my wife, Lisa, in college. We built everything together: our home, our 2 kids, our morning coffee routine. I wasn't rich or perfect, but I was consistent. For years, people called us that couple. The ones who made it work. We fought, sure, but we always came back. I used to believe that love, if it survived the first 10 years, became unbreakable. Turns out, it just learned how to hide its cracks. It happened on an ordinary Wednesday. She left her phone on the counter when she went to shower. It buzzed. Snapchat. That app she said she barely used. I wasn't snooping. I just saw a name I didn't recognize. Then a message preview. A photo. Not explicit, but intimate. A hand. Her hand. The caption read, "Wish I could see you again tonight." I froze. My heart didn't race, it stopped. When she came out, I was sitting there, holding the phone. Her face drained. She didn't even try to grab it. Just whispered, "Please don't." That was the moment I knew. Not because of what I saw, but because of how calm she was. The next week was silent. We still had dinners, drove the kids to school, folded laundry. But the house sounded different. Every sound too sharp. Every silence too loud. When I finally confronted her, she didn't deny it. She didn't cry, either. She just said, "It didn't mean anything." I laughed. Not the funny kind, the kind that hurts your throat. 17 years, I said. What does that mean to you then? She said nothing. And that silence was the loudest answer I've ever heard. I found out who he was. Co-worker. Divorced. He'd been at our house, grilled burgers in our backyard. She said it was emotional at first, then a mistake. I asked how long. She said a few months. I later learned it was over a year. There's a special kind of hell in watching someone rewrite your life right in front of you. Every memory becomes a question. Every "I love you" starts to sound like a rehearsed line. I didn't explode. I didn't throw anything. I just stopped talking. Our house turned into a museum of 2 ghosts pretending to be married. I'd lie awake staring at the ceiling fan, wondering when exactly I lost her. Was it during one of those nights I worked late? Or when I stopped noticing her perfume? Or when she stopped wearing it altogether? She kept asking if we could work on it. But how do you fix something that's already ash? The hardest part wasn't the affair. It was the kids. Trying to keep their world stable while mine fell apart. They're 14 and 10. Old enough to sense everything, too young to understand. I didn't tell them. Not yet. I told myself I was protecting them, but maybe I was protecting her. Or maybe I was protecting what little dignity I had left. She begged me to go to therapy as a couple. I went once. The therapist asked what I wanted from the session. I said, I want her to stop being a stranger in my house. Lisa cried for the first time. But not for me, for herself. For what she was losing. The therapist said, you both have to want to rebuild. I said, one of us already burned it down. I never went back. I filed for divorce quietly. She didn't fight it. Her lawyer tried to negotiate fairness. Fairness. After betrayal, that word means nothing. She moved into her sister's place. The kids stay with me most weeks. The house feels both too empty and too full at once. Some nights I still set an extra plate out of habit. Then I put it back in the cupboard and remind myself, this is peace. Quiet peace still beats loud lies. People ask if I hate her. I don't. Hatred takes too much energy. She's not my enemy. She's just someone I used to love. I used to replay the story, where did it start? When did we become I? Then I stopped asking. Because sometimes closure isn't an answer, it's just the end of questions. I learned that forgiveness doesn't always involve the other person. Sometimes it's just telling yourself, you did your best, and walking away. I started running again. Cooking for one. Rediscovering silence without fear. A few months later, I got a text from her. I'm sorry for everything. I hope you find someone who deserves you. I typed back. I already did. Me. And I hit send. No anger. Just honesty. It's strange how healing sneaks up on you. One morning you wake up, and the first thing you think about isn't them. It's breakfast. Or sunlight through the window. Or maybe the sound of your kid laughing from the kitchen. That's when you know. You're not broken anymore. Just changed. If you're listening to this because you're in that same pain, here's what I've learned. Love isn't a guarantee. It's a daily choice, and she stopped choosing me long before I knew. You can survive betrayal. You can rebuild your peace. But you have to stop asking why. Because the why doesn't heal you, it only keeps you in their story. Start writing your own again. 17 years, gone. But I'm still here. And for the first time in a long time. That's enough.